What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, everybody. It is Marcus Cottle and Michael Mendez. This is something that we are starting, Aesthetic Business, okay? And we're starting this thing, Aesthetic Businesses Podcast. And what this is really all about is I'm just a firm believer, and we are firm believers in just carrying yourself on a physical level, and to be the best entrepreneur or business person as possible, you have to work at optimal level, and it has to be all the way around. Has to be full circle, right? This is when your motivation and all that stuff is down because you're physically probably not right. It has to be both. Okay. And this is first podcast. We're just gonna go over just who I am and who Mike is. You know, we've known each other for so long. If everybody doesn't know, I am the owner and coach of Team CTN, but everybody thinks that's just all I do. And the thing about bodybuilding that's so funny, it's just this small little box, but I do other things. I am big time investor with real estate. I own multiple businesses, and right now full time parent as of right now, doing that on my own and running everything. So this is what we're talking about, just being full rounded. Also, I am prior Air Force as well. I was in the Air Force for 13 years. 11 of those years I spent overseas. I was just so fortunate enough to just be overseas my whole entire career. But I can tell you this, guys, being overseas taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about work ethic. It taught me a lot about working with different cultures and just looking at people trying to get it in a different way. It wasn't until me and Mike, we met in Okinawa. What was that? Man, back how long was that?
Maybe 2009, 10, some
Yeah,
around there.
2009, 2010 or something like that. But the crazy thing is we met because we was in a motorcycle club together, right? I was the vice president. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. I used to live a total different life, you know? So back, I was still doing the coaching thing, but just not full into it. I was still just playing around. But definitely, we ran a motorcycle club together. I was vice president. And it wasn't till I remember this, we were just talking about this. I had to make an announcement to the club. I was like, hey, I'm stepping down because I'm going to go full into my coaching and everything like that. You remember that? It was at my house, I believe, right? It was in my little
Yeah.
Okie house. And hey, everybody was like, it was like crazy moment for me, but it was a growing moment. And ever since then, I have went balls to the wall. I have been coaching since 2006, five maybe. It's coming up on over 15 years. That's nuts to me. It just goes by so fast. But again, I've learned so much over the years. So this is what we're going to be bringing on different people. Just so many different avenues and entrepreneurs out there who don't get the platform and just are just doing it just as much. So I'm going to hand this over to Mike and just let him introduce himself as well.
Yep. So I'm Mike Mendez. I consider myself in a starting phase of everything like that. I'm the director of ops for a real estate group, also a realtor. So I'm getting in that point where I don't have everything going on yet, but we're in the starting blocks of everything. 9 years Air Force. That's how we both met. And actually we met like that time frame, but I knew who you were because I never told you the story. But it was like on a Wednesday we had group PT, so we're in the same group, kind of like that. And I see this dude running on a track in Chucks, and I thought to myself, this guy is an idiot. He don't know what he's doing. Little did I know how like forward thinking that really was because I just had no clue. Like, my mentality with fitness was very limited. Even to the point where him and I started working together in 2014 for that stuff. So not only have we known each other, from motorcycle clubs, but also like going to bodybuilding, him being my coach, and even now to the point where all these years later, we're working together on this project, working together on other stuff for real estate. Like it's a full circle aspect of it. But yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. And like I said, I'm at that starting phase where everything was going on, and that's where we're starting out with my fitness. Because I truly believe if I'm going to do all these income-based things, if I'm going to work 14, 16 hours a day, working 6 days a week, Saturdays are just for the family type of thing, I gotta have my fitness in check, and I gotta be able to go full throttle.
Yeah, 100%. You know what's crazy? You know what's so crazy? And honestly, guys, we're just gonna be super organic on here. It's not gonna be a fucking format on here. So if you got kids, I got a potty mouth. That's just what it is, you know. But it's crazy. Our Prez Huss, right? The guy who started the motorcycle club in Okinawa, a good friend of our Huss, is bodybuilding. That motherfucker is bodybuilding right now, you know, and I'm so proud of him because I remember him coming to me. I was like, I had no idea about a motorcycle club. We were just neighbors. He was like, "Hey, bro, I need you to help start this motorcycle club," and I was like, "All right," you just, you know, and it just kicked off from there. That's just great. I just glad to see that, just how that goes full circle because we both know Huss, you know. And this guy, he was 250, easy 250 now, and like he's like way below. Like he couldn't even recognize him right now. Just big shout out to that. And that's just the stuff we talk about. He's a family man as well. But anyway, so what we really want to do, just on this first podcast, again, just go over who we are, and then soon as we get into this, we're gonna be going into like deals that we're in. So let's just take how me and Mike linked back up, just freaking nuts, right? I have a property in Texas, you know, and it just happened to be the place where Mike is from. Like, just crazy. And Lubbock, Texas is in the middle of like, where?
It's in the panhandle. Like, so it's in the panhandle of Texas. To even say Lubbock, sometimes there are people like Lubbock. Like I have to even help pronounce people with that one. That's like where we're at right
100%. But I got into an investment team group, and honestly, if you don't know about Lubbock, Texas, right, it is a secret fucking real estate town, man, and growing, right? It is probably one of the most recession-proof towns out there. It has a college, right? And then it has a medical college, and then it has a special hospital that certain people have to travel to in Texas just to go to just for that special hospital. And then on top of that, that hospital hires from that school every year, right? And then here's another thing people don't know right now. It just hit the fan. Tesla is about to go there now. Tesla is about to open a plant there. Amazon is about to open a plant there. There's a new VA market is about to go there. These are just things that you won't hear about, but this is a really great growing portfolio if you want to be in Lubbock. Certain parts of Lubbock, just don't go to certain parts of
Yep.
Right? We had a deal fall through, and honestly, it was a great deal. It was gonna be a total rehab, and we're talking about these homes. We're gonna get this home for what, 23,000? 20.
Yeah, I think it was like 33 with that one, and then additional with the cost.
Yeah,
I
something
think
like
all in.
all in, like it was less than 60,000 to do the whole thing, right? And this is what I'm talking about in one of these types of places. So we're going to be going over things like this. Also, we're going to be bringing on, like I said, other entrepreneurs. I do got a lot of people that want to come on here. We even got a person that I definitely want to bring on, right? I want to bring on Nick. He is a past bodybuilder, right? We're talking about Nicholas Austin. And just talk about the stuff that he's getting into just outside of bodybuilding, how he's growing his business and his portfolio as well, because what he's doing is fucking wild. And a lot of people don't know, we also do options trading, right? We're getting options trading. We do that. We just do a lot of stuff, man. We're talking about a lot of stuff, you know, like, again, for entrepreneurs and you're trying to get your shit, right? You got to seize the fucking day. Okay, there's no excuses. There's none of that shit. COVID, no COVID. Go get your shit, right? Because you're not somebody else is getting it, you know. And one thing I would say, especially in this first podcast, is to these new entrepreneurs coming up, these young people. And that's so crazy to say young. I'm 39 years old. Isn't that nuts? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Is like I see them when they flop once, they give up. They fold so quick. They fold under pressure so much. The people in their ear influences them so much. I'm telling y'all, keep your circle small, keep your head low, right? And just grind. That's just the way you're gonna have to do it. Other than that, man, what else do you have, Mike?
I'd say for me, like I said, one of the things, one of the big moments in my life actually was when we started working together in 2014. So I got out in the Air Force in 2013, kind of like that. And what happened, I don't know if I ever told you the story, but so I got money to get out of the military. I'm living in Vegas at the time. My family's back in Japan. That's where my wife's from and that. So I'm supporting a wife, two kids. My mother is sick, so I'm helping her out with
Damn.
those things. Right? So it's life, right? And even my mother-in-law helping them out too as well. And so when we started working together, how much you cost? That was the last bit of money I had left saved. That's
Damn.
it. That's all I had. But the best thing about that was it was the first time that I actually invested and gambled on myself. So we're just like, all right, cool, man. Like, just I know that I was working at Gold's Gym as a personal trainer, making 500 a month.
Oh, damn.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, going to school, doing that stuff, and like we're like it hurt, but at the same time frame, I was just like, I know that if I can get my body looking right, I can get more clients. It's just one of those ones. And it was the first time that I invested in myself. And ever since that day, I have always done it where I'm like, even real estate, I was like, I got a good job at the VA, making, making good money. Didn't have to do anything. It was easy, nothing at all, no hard at all. And sitting there saying, I'm going to go do real estate. And I made $7,000 last year doing real estate. I made some more money doing other things though, but I'm talking about gamble. And I've always been sitting there saying, you know what, I can control me. I know how hard I work. I know what time I wake up. I know I do those things.
100%.
And I go after it all the way. But ever since that, man, that's helped out
It's
tremendously.
crazy how like fitness just makes you have that extra confidence, right? It's crazy how it just it's like you can just achieve anything after that. Once you get yourself together and you feel confidence, man, there ain't nothing you can't do. I remember like you hit me up, you were like, "Yo, I'm thinking about leaving my job." You about to lose your job. You know me, bro. I was like, "What's your plan?" And you were like, "This, that, this, and that." And then you were like, "All right, this is." You did it sooner than I thought you were going to, because I think you had hit me up about the the taxes thing,
Yeah.
right? You hit me about the taxes, like, yo, what should I do with this? And I was like, man, fucking cash that shit in, man, like cash that. What was it? IRA? Was it?
Yeah. So it was my
What
Roth
Roth?
IRA.
Yeah,
I had it.
yeah.
And what's crazier though is actually like when I was in the military, I had put like I think like 22,000, and I had a 4%. I didn't know anything about that stuff. I read what is it, Tony Robbins' Unshakable book in 2017. Read that book and put all that money into an index fund, compound interest, popped, and I was able to take out more money because of that, right? So boom, had it, and I took all that money, and that's what we lived off of last year was all that money, and on a dream and a hope, really. But shit, man, we got into videography because of that. Like now, I do videos for real estate. I mean, I got an investment property out of it. Took that money and put an investment property,
Yep.
and it's one of those ones, man, where it's like I have the confidence, really, like nowhere. I don't know how it's gonna happen or what, but I know I'm gonna work.
Yeah. 100%, man. Like I'm put it. Once you put your right, like I tell people, it's luck. Learning under correct knowledge. There's a difference, right? So you're not just swinging on a whim, right? And I take my Roth, same thing, right? I was like, you know what, this Roth is bullshit, right? I know it is the compound interest and everything. So you know what I did? I bought a fourplex and then took that Roth, right? Same thing, military and everything, and then redid the whole house. Now I'm free. Now I'm free. You know what I mean? And that has already paid over 27%, and it just keeps growing. So just things like that we want to talk about. And I just love his kind of story right there. Just using that fitness, using that, like getting himself together first, right? For him to tackle and have the confidence to do other shit. And it's just a ton of people like that, right? Or it's just some people who just need a push, right? Just need that extra word, like, man, like I'm doing everything right, but then when they look in the mirror, they don't even like who they look at. That's a problem. That is a problem. You got to be confident in the person staring back at you in the mirror, because the person you looking at is the same people you trying to do business. They looking at
Yep.
straight up. So it's just I love that kind of stuff, man. And just as we go along, we're just probably going to keep this one short, right? And then probably narrow focus on another topic, have another guest on there. Or if y'all have some questions like Roth IRAs and stuff like that, VA stuff, because we both were in the military and what we did and stuff like that. I do have a book coming out. Using your VA for cash flow, that is going to be dope, right? People do this thing wrong all the time, but just things like that, taxes, compound taxes, like we were just talking about. A lot of people don't even know about compound taxes. Your financial person won't even know about compound triple taxes because it's out there, stuff like that. Anything else, Mike, before we close it out?
No, I think we're good, man. I think this is what, like you said, this is what it goes to, and also, starting the new year, I kind of started working with you again for the we can start dieting down myself. So was roughly around 207, 205. I'm kind of flirting with that thing, and then we started working together. So it's the first week I just did my first check-in with you. So we'll be going through what that journey is like too, as well, to start dieting down, and what that looks like for me as well.
100%, man. I'm looking forward to that. I got big time goals for myself as well as this year. I just cannot wait to share that with everybody. But we're just going to make this super short. But with that being said, again, this is aesthetic business. This has nothing to do with just straight bodybuilding. Okay, we're entrepreneurs. We do other things. Okay. Especially with me starting my own the Marcus Project. I cannot wait to do that production. That is going to be so fucking dope. And that's really it, man. Just talk about other things. And that's it for us.
Yep. We'll bet. Until next time, brother.
Yep.